Thank you, Senator McEwen, for offering this very inspirational and aspirational proposal. I wanted to explain to the members a little bit about what happened to the Rondo community and why it's so important that we provide for this planning grant. Most of the original Rondo Avenue and much of the historic Rondo neighborhood were destroyed when Interstate 94 was built. The street was named for an early settler, Joseph Rondo. Part of the original street is now the frontage road near the Best Western Kelly Inn. The neighborhoods north and south of Rondo Avenue, extending south into today's Summit University neighborhood and north to University Avenue in St. Paul, were always diverse. By the 1950s, about 85% of St. Paul's African-American population lived in the neighborhood. The old neighborhood was divided into sections, including Oatmeal Hill and Cornmill Valley. Resistance to the freeway plan came quickly. In early 1956, Reverend Floyd Massey Jr. and Timothy Howard started the Rondo St. Anthony Improvement Association. This group, speaking for threatened property holders, protested the proposed route and pushed for assistance for those forced to move. In September of 1956, when construction began, some Rondo residents continued to resist. Police forcibly removed Reverend George Davis from his home when he refused to evacuate and make way for wrecking crews. Construction proceeded, however, and I-94 opened in 1968. When the route through the historic Rondo neighborhood was finalized, the city demanded that residents sell their homes to the city for dirt cheap prices, often only a fraction of the actual property value. People that refused to vacate their homes and businesses were met by police with sledgehammers, destroying walls, smashing windows, and even tearing apart the plumbing. A lush and vibrant neighborhood was effectively sliced in half, displacing nearly 700 families, 300 businesses, and forcing thousands of African Americans to seek alternative housing in a highly segregated city. Floyd Smaller was a junior in high school walking home from mechanic arts in the late 1950s when he saw bulldozers and cranes start moving dirt in his beloved Rondo neighborhood. By the time he was a senior in high school, St. Paul's Rondo resembled a battlefield. Quote, "There were big holes and trenches. It looked like World War I," said Smaller, who was 84 at the time he made this comment. Over the next decade, a huge swath of land on either side of Rondo Avenue became no man's land, as more than 600 homes and 300 businesses, most of them black-owned, were razed or moved to clear the way for Interstate 94 connecting St. Paul and Minneapolis. They were run out, shoved out, pushed out, forced out. Smaller, a longtime St. Paul High School football, track, and baseball coach, said of his neighbors, "It was devastating." So members, the Reconnect Rondo project, environmental justice, would allow the recreation of this unjustly destroyed community by building a land bridge over I-94 so the community can be recreated, the businesses, the homes, the roads, the parks. It would be an amazing opportunity to expand land and provide more land for members, descendants of the former Rondo community, and so I respectfully ask for your support.